So go ahead and grab your green ball out of the block. And for this one, we're gonna just lie down and we're gonna put this on the back of the pelvis. So when you lie down, I want you to think about grabbing your pelvis here with your hand, right? So I'm just gonna walk you through the anatomy really quick. So you've got your hand here, and you should be able to feel your hip bone in your fingertips. And then on your thumb, you should feel the back of your pelvis. And I want you just to walk your thumb down your hip on the butt until you feel like you're in a softer area, right? There should be like hard bone at the top, and then you walk it down and you kind of hit your glute, and that's where we're gonna be, is high up on the glute there. So when you lie down, you're gonna place the ball on the left side. Now you should be able to push into your feet to really keep the pressure lighter if you want less. And we're just gonna swivel the hips from side to side like we're doing a little hula dance. And hopefully that's gonna encourage the ball to go from your SI joint out towards the outer hip, right? So I'm rotating kind of side to side, just swishing my hips left to right. I'm staying on that left butt cheek, and I'm trying to stay off the bone as much as I can. So if you can think of that triangular shaped bone that the SI joint connects to, the sacrum, I'm gonna try to stay off that. I'm a little bit below that, and I'm more on the cheek. Okay, so we're just gonna release some of the tension around the SI joint at the top of the pelvis, hopefully just releasing some stuff in the low back and freeing up a little bit of our movement. Good, maybe just one more. Back and forth. Good, and then we'll just switch it over to the other side. So again, when I lift up my hips and move the ball over to the other side, you're gonna be, you know, a hand, below your hand, wherever your hand would be if you grabbed your hips. You're below that, probably 3 or 4 fingers. It just depends on your anatomy. And you should be on the soft tissue at the upper portion of that butt cheek, right? So if we could think of our butt cheeks almost like a McDonald's M, you would be at the top crest of the right side of the M. Okay. And we're just, again, swiveling the hips from left to right, just making the ball go towards the outer hip and back in towards the tail. To the outer hip, and back in towards the tail. We're just gonna get a couple more, back and forth, side to side. And then I'm gonna have you guys open up the quad in the front, and then we'll start moving, okay? So between those two, the back of the glute and the front of the hip, hopefully will give some freedom to the pelvis when we move today. Good, last little back and forth from side to side. Good job. Go ahead and remove the ball. Come on up, and then you're gonna just grab this double ball. So again, we're using the rad balls. You've got this double guy. So this guy's gonna go about 3 or 4 fingers above your right knee. And we're gonna come into kind of this half frog position, right? So I'm gonna just take my left leg and move it out to the side. It's bent. I'm gonna be on my forearms. And I'm kind of froggy this knee out to the left so I can support myself on my forearms and my left knee. So that double ball is kind of straddling the front side of the quadriceps here. Tuck the toes and see if you can maybe just make these little rolls forward and back. And if being too close to the knee is intense and you need to move it up, you can move it up towards the middle of the thigh. But if you can see, I've got my back toes tucked under me so that I can keep kind of moving myself back, which is just encouraging that ball to go up, right? So I'm rolling out and just ironing out those quads. Now this can get pretty intense. So the more you push down into your toes and your forearms, the lighter you can be on the ball. Now somewhere around maybe the middle of the thigh, rest the knee down and see if you can kick your heel in. If that's too much, then just keep with the roll. Keep rolling up and down. But if you can, you're gonna keep that ball somewhere in the middle of the thigh there. We're just gonna bend the knee and straighten. Just a couple more. Just 3, we'll go 3 more. 2, or you can just be rolling. Last one. Tuck those toes under. Give yourself maybe just one more roll up towards the upper third of the thigh, right? So if we're thinking about the thigh bone in kind of 3 compartments, I'm now maybe in that upper third towards the hip. And we'll come on up and switch sides. Okay, so now I've got that ball, again, kind of 3 or 4 fingers, oh, that's easy to see, 3 or 4 fingers above the knee. I'm gonna keep it there, kind of right in the center of the thigh. Okay, so this is our rectus femoris. You can take that right knee out to the side and work a little frog. I've got my left toes tucked under, and I'm gonna just roll up and down on the lower portion of the thigh. So first, I'm gonna start in that bottom third. See how that feels, if it's manageable. So this muscle connects your knee and your hip. It crosses over both. So when this guy gets tight, it can be a real challenge for your pelvis to stay in an upright position. All right, so we're gonna move that ball maybe up towards the middle of the thigh. So now I'm in that center area. And then I'm gonna just rest my knee down, and I'm gonna kick my heel towards my butt. So if this does not feel good, don't do this. You can just stay and roll. We wanna be able to breathe through all of this. So if this is so intense that you're feeling like you're holding your breath, then we're gonna back off. Maybe you even cover the balls with a blanket or a towel. Maybe you come up a little bit on your forearms and your knees so that you have a little less pressure. All right, last one. Tuck those toes again, and let's roll it to the upper third. Last little bit. Just get a couple more rolls here. Good job, all right. Okay, go ahead and press down the forearms. Bring your knees underneath you. Go ahead and lose that ball. And grab for your hand weights, just have them somewhere close to the front of the mat. All right, we're gonna be on all fours. Let's just start with our cat and our cow. Rounding the back, lengthening the sit bones and the chest. So I'm rounding, drawing chest and pubic bone towards each other, and then I'm gonna lengthen pubic bone and chest away from each other. Good, one more. And then come into your neutral spine here, just nice normal back position, and we're just gonna make circles with the arms. So circles with those shoulders, just trying to move the shoulder blades, press into the palms so you can spread out all the fingers so that you feel like every part of the hand is making contact with the floor. One more circle this way, and let's reverse. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna just turn on that right knee. So your right knee's gonna go behind you and your left foot's gonna step out to the back end of your mat there. Grab one of your hand weights. And from here, we're just gonna take this left arm up to the ceiling, and then you're gonna drop it down towards about shoulder height. Up and down. So first, just get the arm movement. I want you to feel like you're nice and rooted through that right hand, that right knee, leaning back. You feel like you're up against an imaginary ball. And then we're gonna start to pick up the foot. So from here, we're gonna see you pick up that left leg with that left arm, and then tap it down as you bring the arm down. Arm and leg lift, and tap. Lift, and tap. If your knee hurts being on the floor, you can always add a little extra padding underneath there. Let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the elbow into your ribs, drop the hand down and up. Just keep the leg up here. So now we're rotating from that shoulder joint. I want to keep the arm bone, the upper arm bone, glued to your ribs. Now you're doing just little pulses with the left leg. Little open, close. Little lift, lower. Let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the weight down. Just turn your body towards the floor, keeping that left leg hovering. And you're going to take the right arm and reach it forward. We're going to just bring the knee and the elbow to tap in the center, extend it back out. Bring them both into tap, extend them back out. Here's 8, 7. Really lengthen that left leg back, get it all the way straight. Lift from the inner thigh. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand down, keep the leg up. You're going to bend the left knee wide towards that left elbow, send it back. Bend it wide towards the side of the room, and then squeeze it back. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it forward, drop it down, lift it up. So keep the knee bent, keep it squeezing forward, and we're just doing that open from the hip, like a little dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up here, little lifts up with the left knee. Last little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Swivel over to the left now. So left knee stays on the floor. Right foot steps out to the foot of the mat. And you're going to grab for the weight in that right hand. Okay? Now we're just going to start with the arm. So we're just lowering and lifting the arm. I'm going to try to stop it around shoulder height. Taking it up. So I want to stabilize first, okay? I'm moving the arm. I'm going to try to not move anything else in my core. I want to feel like my left arm's nice and planted. My left knee feels nice and rooted into the earth. And then we're going to lift and lower the leg with this. So when you're ready, leg comes up and down. Up and down. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg up, bend the elbow into the ribs, drop the hand down, open it up. So this is going to be just like a little door opening on a hinge from the back of the shoulder. And then we'll do little lifts of that right leg, little pulses. Little pulse. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Place that right hand down. Right weight. You lose the right weight. You just turn and square your hips off to the floor. Left arm is going to extend out. Bring the knee and the elbow to tap. Send it back out. Bring them into tap and out. Starting to warm up the core. Here's 8. Really pull the belly away from your thigh as your knee comes forward. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that right leg back out. Place the hand down on the floor. And now we're going to turn the knee and toe out as you tap the right elbow. Send it back. Squeeze and crunch that right knee to the arm. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it forward. Drop that right knee down to meet the left. Pick it up. Right to meet the left and up. Keep the bend. And I want to feel like my knee's going straight out to the side from my hip. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Last little bit. Pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Good job, guys. Walk those hands forward. Keep your hips up over your knees. Here's our puppy pose. So palms press down, biceps turn up towards the ceiling. Start to lower your chest. So there is this feeling of externally rotating the arm bones, like you're turning them towards the pinky side of your hand, and then you're lowering your head and your chest towards the floor, trying to pull your belly away from your thighs. So it's not just your low back. Take another breath here. Good. Slowly walk the hands back in. Roll yourself back up. Go ahead and tuck those toes underneath you if they're not already there. And then you're just gonna hover those knees. So we're in this kind of slightly rounded low back. And then we're just gonna march the feet forward and back. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna step the right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward. Back with the right, back with the left, forward with the right, forward with the left. 3 more like this, and then we'll switch sides. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Last round with the right, left, right foot, left foot. Now step back with the left foot, right foot, forward with the left, forward with the right. Back with the left, back with the right, forward with the left, forward with the right. 3 more. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Last set. Back, back, forward, forward. Little pulses here. Up and down. Keep the shins parallel to the ground. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the feet all the way back to the plank. Shift your hips back and forward. Back and forward. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Here's your pulses one more time. 10, 9, 8, butt way back over your heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten into the legs, pedal the feet. Drop the heel. You're just gonna do your little side to side pedaling the feet. So let one heel just drop for a moment. Then bend the other knee and let the other heel drop. Switch it again. Switch it again. All right, both heels are going to try to sink towards the floor here. Think of your inner thighs kind of wrapping back behind you. Push your hands down and forward. Right leg's going to go up and back. Exhale, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Give it a crunch and a tap. Take it up and back. Take it over to the left elbow. Cross the body, tap. Up and back. 2 more each side. Here's to the right and back. Left and back. 1 more. Right and back. Left and back. Bring the knee to the nose. Give it a little kiss. Step it in between the hands. Lower that left knee. Come all the way up. Inhaling, arms up to the sky. So heavy tailbone. Toes are tucked on the back. And I want to feel like I'm getting a stretch to the front of that left thigh where we were using the ball. Just gonna let my hips go a little more forward, but I'm keeping that low back nice and long. Good. Hands are gonna come behind your head, elbows are wide. On your exhale, you're gonna pull your belly back, like the belly button is coming through your spine, and you're trying to make that cat pose. And then I'm gonna let you inhale and lift the chest and kind of come into this cow pose. So I want to feel the intensity of the stretch in the front of the left leg get a little bit deeper as I cat pose. And as I cow, you can release and I can let the hips drop forward. So it's going to look really small, but it should feel pretty big. I'm bringing the elbows in towards my face as I cat and then open as the chest lifts for cow. Okay, just 3 more like this. Pull the pubic bone up to your belly button. Try to bring your chest and your pubic bone towards each other. And then open. Here's 2. Last one. Good job. All right, so now we're gonna just twist here. Left elbow is gonna go on that right knee. Right hand stacks on top and start to turn towards that right leg. Good. Can you then just tuck your back toes, slowly press into both feet. We're gonna lift the knee and come up into this lunge. Staying twisted here. Good, give me just 2 more breaths. And now from here, we're just gonna bend the left knee, straighten it back. It doesn't have to tap, but I want you to feel like you're going towards the floor and then reaching it back. Try to get your belly up off that right thigh. Think of pushing your hands together, but I don't want you to be resting on that right leg. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, right hips wrapping in, 3, 2, 1, good job. Both hands are gonna come down to the floor. Step your left foot in just a little bit, maybe so that you can have more of a pyramid pose here. And I'm gonna start to straighten into my right leg. Now, if you need to put your hands on blocks or bring them up onto a chair, go for it. Right hip is hugging back. And I'm trying to fold over this right leg. All 10 toes are pointing forward here. Right hip's wrapping back. Give me 1 more big breath here. Good. Go ahead and look forward, bend the right knee, bring the hands onto the floor, and pick up the left leg. Now, left leg's gonna stay here. And if you need to, again, you can always bring your hands up onto blocks or chair. We're gonna bend the right knee until your belly touches your thigh, and then you're gonna straighten the right leg. Right knee bends, belly touches the thigh, straighten it back up. So check your knee, make sure it's going right over that second toe, and it doesn't have to bend very deep. It can just be a little bend and straighten. So a little bend and reach. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring that left foot down on the right side of your right foot. So you're gonna cross the legs. So all 10 toes feel like they're in line. And then you're gonna bend your right knee, fold over that leg, the legs. And then I'm gonna switch the cross. So now my left leg's gonna come all the way around in front and go on the outside of that right foot. And now I'm gonna bend the left knee and stretch and fold. So I'm bending the leg that's in front. The ankles are crossed. Take 1 more breath here. Good. Uncross that left leg. Send it up and back, holding here. Bend your right knee, look forward, get a nice flat back. Bring both hands up to your chest and press up warrior 3. Good, nice and slow. Step that left foot to the back of the mat. Come on up, press a lunge. Good, and then here, we're gonna do that same thing. Hands behind the head. Elbows are gonna curl in as you pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button. And you cows the rounding of the back. Then you're gonna lift the chest and let the sit bones go back and straighten the leg. Just 4 more like this. Curling it in, pubic bone up to the chest. Inhale, let the sit bones go back. Here's 3, 2, last one. Good, inhale, arms up. Exhale, circle the arms all the way back behind you. Make a nice big circle, and then bring the hands on either side of the right foot. Step that right foot back, plank, look forward, lower the knees. Here's our chaturanga push-ups. We're going for 10. So halfway down, all the way back up. Squeeze those elbows in, make them point straight back behind you. Try to press into all 10 fingers and the pad of your hands. Let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to your belly. Make sure your hand weights are close by. So all the way down to the belly, tops of the feet come down. Grab for your hand weights, send them back behind you, thumbs point to the ceiling. I'm sorry, thumbs point to the floor. So pinkies are gonna rise up and up. You can alternate picking up the arm. So the hand can rest on the ground as you pick up the other arm. Now I want you to really make sure you're lifting your shoulders away from the floor and then trying to zip your belly up and press down through your pubic bone so that you feel some lengthening in the low back. Just alternating sides, lifting the arm. Let's go for 3, 2, 1, 1. Now you can keep your hand on top of that left weight. Just press the palm down flat into that weight. And then the right arm is going to be doing the lifting. And we're just going to do little pulses up, just on that right side. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand down. Place the palm on top of the weight. Grab for the left weight. Keep the shoulder away from the floor. Little lifts of the left arm. Hold it up. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. Grab those hand weights. Take them out wide to the sides of the room so you have a T. And if you need to, you can bring your forehead down onto the floor, or you can hover it. But we're just going to pick the arms up, rest them back down. Palms face the floor. Pick them up and down. So I'm going to keep my head elevated, but if you want to rest your forehead on a block, you can. I want you to really feel like the back of the arms pick up those weights. Try not to let this be in your neck. Make it the shoulders. Let's go for 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Keep those weights out front. Press down into your hands and come all the way back through the child's pose. Take a breath. Let's walk the hands all the way over to the left. Keep your right sit bone on your right heel. Take a deep breath into the right ribs. One more. Walk your hands all the way across to the right. Keep your left sit bone heavy. Really walk those fingertips away from you. Find that pressure in the hand as you lean back to the left side. Take 2 big breaths into the left ribs. Good. Walk the hands back in through center. Tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Should feel a little easier to pedal the feet now. Good. We're going to drop both heels down towards the floor. Think of the inner thighs spiraling back behind you. Take a couple breaths. Push the hands forward. Pull the ribs in. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up and back. Here's where we shift forward, tap left knee, left elbow, send it up and back. Then bring it across, right elbow, send up and back. 2 more, just like that. Left elbow, up and back. Right elbow, up and back. Last round. Left elbow, up and back. Right elbow, up and back. Give that knee a little kiss. Step it in between your hands. Lower the right knee. Inhale, come up. Arms up to the ceiling. So first I'm going to start by just taking my tail down towards the floor, pulling my belly button back, and letting my hips come forward just enough that I feel that stretch in the right thigh. Hands come behind the head, interlace. lifting the chest. And then on the exhale, I'm gonna pull back a little bit so that my pubic bone can curl up, my chest can curl slightly down, and I'm pulling my belly button through my spine. Then inhale, let the hips come forward, chest lifts to the ceiling, open up the arms. Exhale, pull it back, try to round in, and then inhale, extend. 3 more like that. Pull back, round. Inhale. So I'm trying not to just cram my neck down to my chest. I'm trying to curl the upper back towards my pubic bone to create a little flexion and extension in the upper back. Last one. And inhale. Arms come up. Good. Right elbow, left knee. Palms stack. You're going to turn the chest towards this left thigh. So I've got my right elbow on the left knee. Hands are stacked. And now from here, my toes on the back are tucked. Press down into both feet. Lift the right knee up. Maybe look down at something that's not moving. Keep hugging your left sit bone in towards center. And then here we go with those little bend and straighten. So my right knee is gonna bend like it's gonna tap the floor, and it's gonna straighten back out. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Both hands on either side of that left foot, and just hop this right foot in enough that you feel like you've got kind of a pyramid triangle between the legs. Now I'm going to turn both hips to the floor. All 10 toes are pointed forward, and they're, in their own lanes here. I'm not standing on a tightrope. You can always put your hands on blocks, but I'm going to try to fold over this left leg and get that stretch. Keep wrapping the left sit bone back and down. Push into your left big toe. One more big inhale and exhale. Go ahead and look forward, lengthen your spine, slide your hands forward, and we're just going to lift the right leg into the standing splits. Now you're going to keep the right leg up, squeeze that right glute, get the right leg straight, and now we're going to just bend the left knee like we're going to tap the belly with the thigh, and then press back to straight. Knee bends, tap the thigh with the belly, and back to straight. Now check your left knee. I don't want it wobbling in towards your big toe. I want to try to see that it goes right over that second toe, staying right in the center lane. Let's go 7. And it doesn't have to be a big bend. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. That right foot's going to come down, and it's going to slide behind your left, and you're going to line all 10 toes up as you bring that left, let's see, you're going to bring the right foot to the left side of your left foot. So the pinkies line up. Now bend the front knee and just fold over the legs. Good. Now you're going to just lift your spine enough that you can move that right foot from the back to the front cross. And now the right knee's in front, straightening the left leg in the back and bending the front knee. You can even walk your hands a little bit over to the right. One more breath here. Good. Swing that right leg up and back behind you. Bend your left knee enough that you can pick your chest up and get a nice flat back. Slowly bring your hands to your heart and press yourself up to warrior 3. Good. Slow bend to that left knee, step it back, crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Good. Hands come behind the head. And here we're going to go for, again, those kind of cat and cow in the spine. Exhaling, pulling the elbows together, pulling the pubic bone up towards your chest. Inhaling, straightening the back leg, lifting the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lift. 3 more. Use your breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Last 2. One more. Inhale up. Arms up. Exhale. Hands all the way down, either side of that left foot. Step yourself back to your plank. Hold yourself here. Moving forward. Good, go ahead and let the knees come down. We're going for those 10 chaturanga push-ups. So here we go. Bend, straighten, bend, press. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down to your belly. You just leave your hand weights where they are. We're going to pick up the legs here. Then you're going to take your arms, reach them all the way back. Palms are going to face the floor. And then we're going to make this nice big sweep of the arms all the way forward. And you're going to take the legs out away from each other. And then you're going to sweep the arms back and squeeze the legs back in. Sweep them out, take the legs wide, sweep them back, take the legs in. Let's go for 7. Come on, the jumping jack. 6. Or snow angel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Hands under the elbows. Push yourself back to child's pose. Rounding the back. Good. Tuck your toes underneath. Press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. All right, one more little push. Right leg goes up and back. Exhale, step it between the hands. Grab for your hand weights. Turn yourself to the side of your mat. Come on up, warrior 2. You've got your hand weights here. Good. Bend the right knee nice and deep. Thumbs are going to point to the sides of the room, and we're just going to take those arms up and down. A little pulse into that right leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms up. Turn both sets of toes forward and then heels in and come into plie. Okay, so we just kind of walked our stride a little shorter, came to the plie. Palms are facing away from you. You're going to press the knees and the arms back. Little presses back, just little squeezes. If your hips are really tight, you can lean forward a little bit. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bend the elbows, bring them in front of you, and now we're going to do little pulses up and down with the hips and the hands. So squeeze the heads of the weights together. Bring those elbows to a 90-degree bend. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay low in your squat or your plie. Bring those elbows in by your ribs. Keep the 90-degree bend. Just move those elbows out and in. Out and in. Now, if you need to make your stride a little shorter, go ahead. We're going to pop up on the toes. Put the heels down. Lift the heels. Lower the heels. Lift and lower. Here's 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold yourself here. Little pulses with your knees and your heels up. Just holding the arms on this imaginary table. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, hands down. Lower the weights, turn the toes forward, fold over the legs. You can even slightly turn the toes in towards each other. Good. Turn all 10 toes back to the front of the mat, hands down, set yourself back plank. Then we're just gonna slide the right hand to the middle, turn to the left, side plank here. Little lifting. Good, now just reach that left arm under you and scoot it back open. Wrap it under and open. Just 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side, switch it. Right arms up, lift the hips. Reach under and open. Reach under and open. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and place both hands down and just send your hips back to down dog. Pedal the feet. We're gonna go for that left side. We're just gonna switch it up a little bit. So left leg goes up and back. Bring that knee into the chest. Step it in between the hands. Come up, warrior 2. Have your hand weights. Good, now we're gonna turn the pinkies out to the side of the room. And you're just gonna take pinkies up and down. And then we're gonna pulse into that left knee. So again, just checking that knee. I don't want it to be buckling towards the big toe. I want it to go right over that second toe. And that's gonna require me to wrap my left hip underneath me. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands to face each other, elbows into your ribs. Turn all 10 toes forward, then turn your heels in, then plie down. Okay, so just making sure those heels are right under your knees. Now you're gonna hinge forward from here, and we're just gonna work those hands wide. So kind of like we started with those rotators through the back of the shoulder. I'm gonna keep the arms kind of squeezing into your ribs as your hands go out. Here's 7, 6, yep, a little door on a hinge. 5, 4, belly's up. 3, 2, 1. Hinge yourself back upright, thumbs to the shoulders, punch up, take the hips down. And then halfway up, hands to the shoulders. Punch up, down with the hips. So arms and hips are going away from each other, right? Yep, I'm punching up as I'm going down. This is the hardest part. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now place those weights down. Keep your plie. Hands to the ears. Get yourself low enough that we can tap right elbow to the right thigh. Back up. Left elbow, left thigh. Take your time. Back and side to side. Try to get that tail nice and heavy. Hips low. And if you want to add a pulse, you can add a pulse to the hip every time you tap. Here we go for 5. Here's 5, 4, support this with your core, squeeze it in. 3, 2, 1 more on each side. 1 and 1. Good job, guys. Straighten into the legs, turn all 10 toes forward, fold forward over the legs, hands to the floor. Now just keep your spine flat for this one. You can bring your right hand onto the top of your pelvis just to see that it stays there, nice and level. And then we're just gonna turn the chest towards the right. So my hips are trying to not come with me on my turn. And then we're gonna switch. Right hand comes down, left hand onto my pelvis, just keep it steady and honest as I turn my chest to the left. Good, both hands back down. Just walk your feet in, turn your toes out, and we're gonna come down into this Malasana squat. If this feels okay for your knees. All right, heels are gonna try to sink towards the floor, but if they're not, that's fine. Just push your arms into your knees and your knees into your arms. We'll squeeze and press. Just opening up a little bit into the SI joint and a little back. Take one more breath here. Good. Go ahead and have a seat all the way down on your butt. We're just gonna do a little bit of abs and you guys are done. Okay? So, From here, let's grab those hand weights for a couple of these. Palms are gonna face up. We're gonna tuck the tail and roll back towards the waistband of your pants, and then hold those arms up. Little tuck of the tail, pulse of the arms. Tuck of the tail, pulse of the arms. So when you feel like your belly button is pressing back through your spine, and you're trying to lower your waistband towards the floor. My thighs are together, but my feet are slightly kicked apart. So your knees can really kind of rotate in. I want you to think of dropping your ribs like they're gonna tap the top of your hips. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna take your palms to face the floor, then you're gonna lean back, and as you come up, you're gonna pull the elbows back. We're gonna lean back, tuck the tail under, punch forward, and then pull the elbows back, lean forward. So hands are going away from the chest as you go back. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one with the arms. They're just gonna lower to the hips and lift back up. Just hold your belly. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place those hand weights down. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest and just rotate side to side. We're tucked under in the tail. We're using the core here, keeping the knees steady. You can always flex your feet back if you want, or keep the toes down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on the left side. Go back an inch, up an inch. Lean back, and up, and slightly turn to the left. Here's 8, 7, zip that core in. 6, squeeze your spine. 5, cinch it in. 4, 3, the deeper you tuck. 2, 1, we're gonna take it over to the right. You're gonna train those muscles to stay flat. So you're turned to the right, and now we're pulsing up and down. Try to lean your head and shoulders back. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center, all the way down onto your backs. Hands come behind the head, legs up in tabletop. And we're gonna tap both sets of toes down to the floor and back up. Take it down and up. Almost there, guys. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your knees to your elbows. Send your legs out. Last set. Knees to the elbows and out. Curl it up. 8, 7. This is it. Last little push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, guys. Bring those knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Place your feet wide, like the width of your mat. Bent knee on the floor. Arms come out to cactus arms. Now we're just going to take the knees all the way over to the left. Maybe you even rest your left foot on top of that right knee. And just get this stretch. Good. Left foot comes down. Bring the knees up and over to the right. Again, the feet are about the same width as your mat. Now pick up that right foot and see if you can rest it on your left thigh. If that feels good. Get this stretch here. Keep your shoulders down on the ground. Take 2 big breaths in. One more. Good. Place that right foot down. Come back to center. All right, one last stretch. You're going to bring your legs back into the midline. Cross your right ankle over your left. And then you're just gonna take that whole shape and drop it over to your left. So your right foot is on the floor, left knee is on the floor, and I'm gonna hold on to that right ankle with my left hand, okay? So right foot is crossing the body, and my legs are twisted to the left side. Now, I'm gonna let my knee kind of energetically move away from me, and I want you to feel the stretch in the upper outer right hip, and maybe even a little bit of the glute. Take another breath or two here. Really fill up the lungs. One more, nice and full. Fill up the back side of your ribs. Make some contact with the floor. All right, nice and slow, come back to center. Take your time. Switch the legs. Now you're gonna cross the left ankle over right knee. Drop that whole shape over to the right and grab your left ankle with your right hand, right? So my right thigh is resting on the ground. My left knee is pointed to the ceiling, and I'm gonna start to just turn on my hip muscles to try to move my left knee away from my chest, right? I'm kind of squeezing it towards my foot of my mat. Left shoulder is heavy on the ground. I'm gonna take 2 big breaths here to try to fill up the back of the ribs. Okay, go ahead and bring it back in through center. Uncross the legs. Now, if you gotta go for it. But I wanna do one last thing with the little tiny black ball. We're gonna do just a little myofascial release for the face. Okay, so I'm gonna come probably way too close than you want. And I'm gonna sit here so you can see what I'm gonna do. So you're gonna take this little tiny black ball and we're gonna rub it around the jaw. So you can see you got the cheekbone and then you got your jawbone. Now I'm gonna have this kind of right in the center, and I'm just gonna use the palm of my hand. Now watch your hair, because this thing loves to give you a haircut from the scalp and pull all your hair out. So I'm gonna just make little circles, just staying right on the muscles, right? I'm not going into my teeth or gums. I'm kind of staying back in between the two jaw bones, or the cheekbone and the jawbone. You can go up, down, you can go back and forth from side to side. You can just make circles. Now, I want you to try to think about just right under the cheekbone. So again, I'm still above my teeth, more really high up in the gums, right? So I'd be right below the cheekbone. I'm going front to back, and then I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna do the same around my jawbone. So I'm living just right along the top ridge of the jawbone. So again, I would be rolling it back and from front to back, kind of more along the gums than the teeth. And I mean like low on the gums, like where your lip and your teeth gum come together. If that makes any sense. All right, then we're gonna roll it around to the chin. You're kind of right on the front of the chin here, right between the lip and the chin, maybe even. Yep, and then we're gonna go to the other side. This is what it's nice to know. These are your balls. No one's put their dirty feet on them, and they can go all over your face. All right, so I'm making circles. Again, I'm kind of right in between the cheekbone and the jawbone. Now I'm on the other side. I'm gonna make circles, maybe go up, down, or forward, back. Then we're gonna go right below the cheekbone. So I'm just living right under the ridge of the cheekbone there, kind of staying back by the back molars. So if you've got TMJ, if you're somebody who grinds your teeth, this can be really great. Good, right along the top of the ridge of the jawbone now. Coming forward and back, going towards my ear, towards my chin. Good, and then last one's gonna be just kind of right between the eyes on the forehead here. Just gonna make little circles. You can even make it up and over the eyebrows. Good, switch eyebrows if you haven't already. Good. Now your face should feel very loosey-goosey and relaxed and ready to jabber all day. All right, great work, guys.